my middle name is used, that means I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You do not get me in trouble.
Is Cole coming?
Second period.
Dude, that ACT Saturday was so hard.
Really?
It was like all calculus questions.
You think you did good on it or no?
I did good on the rest. I don't know about the math part. Like I didn't recognize half of the questions.
You're wearing shorts today. I haven't seen your
400
legs.
people have told me that.
I haven't seen your legs in like
2
ever.
weeks. 2 weeks.
I've never seen you wear shorts.
2 weeks.
It's probably you have a little study group back here.
Mr. Townsend, would you like new glasses?
Would I like new
Would
glasses?
you like some new glasses?
They're pretty.
There's some snowflake glasses.
I'm okay.
Take some time.
I probably need some real glasses, but
They could be. That sucks. Crawford's here.
Look how Jacob shakes.
Fine.
No, it's got it.
alright, Jacob,
Jeff's been down on the job.
to your seat.
What are you wearing?
The glasses that I'll wear.
You want glasses?
Huh?
Jeff won these.
Stella, Lydia.
Did you get your eyes dilated? Why are you wearing that? Did you get your eyes dilated? You know how you have to wear sunglasses?
Yeah, but they're snowflake glasses.
I feel like that's like the
No, dude, that's crazy. What?
Let me see.
Whoa.
okay.
Edith.
Are you taking one?
Holy chem class.
Caroline.
I thought you had a doctor. I thought you had another doctor's appointment today.
No, we're in here. I'm guessing.
That's fine.
Stella. Seth. Lydia. Willow. Lucas. Rich.
I think so.
So we had to either do it, we had to do one of the DVDs and we did this one, and I accidentally did two.
Hey, you
And then I realized.
Hey, Jay, where's Lord Mark? It was. And you did the essay. You did the.
You have to do 2
Last one on the back. On the ticket.
So those things you like to look at lights
She forgot.
Alright guys, I need to give you some reminders here. Class is pretty similar to last time where you'll have most of the class to work on your review and have me as a resource over here if you have some questions. But I need to go through all of the important reminders real quick. So, exemption checks. Again, you have to have your final exam finished. And if I did not give you verbal confirmation that you were exempt from this final last class, you need to get verbal confirmation today. But again, part of that is me seeing that you have the final exam review completed. So, that matches you, you should get that out and get ready to bring that up here in a minute. Second reminder is note card. You are allowed to use a note card on the final. It has to be standard 3" by 5". If you use a bigger note card, I will take it from you right before you start the final and you will be without. If you don't handwrite, if you type up and print, you will not be able to use it, and I will take it away from you right before you start. And you can only write on one side. So if you put stuff on both sides, same thing. You're going to lose your note card right before you start the final exam. Obviously, you don't want that to happen to you. So you need to plan accordingly. Again, if you still need one note card just for this class, you are welcome to one of mine. I will leave the stack of these up here and you can help yourself. I know a lot of you got those last time. Also want to remind you that we let you use a calculator in the entire final. So there's a bunch of this stuff that you should be able to do by hand, but if there's some of it that you could also do in the calculator, you might be able to check some of your work. And then last time I talked about the grade replacement. So let me say that again. The final exam counts as a 100-point test. End of statement. Whatever you get on the final exam will go in the 100-point test. Additionally, if your score in the final exam is higher than one of your other assessments, we will do a grade replacement for one of those assessments. However, the thing I had to tell you on Friday is it is on you to go through gradebook and determine which one was your lowest and be ready to relay that information to me. I don't have time to do that for all of my students, so if that's important to you, then you have to do that. My recommendation would be to do it now. If you haven't done it, write it on the top of your review, and then the day of the final, if you don't remember what it was, you could just pull out your review real fast, look at the top, and see what that is. But when you take the final exam, next to your name there will be a place asking you which assessments you want to replace. You can name it any way that I can figure out. You can call it Unit 1, or you could say the 4.1 through 4.3 test. You could call it Unit 2, or you could call it the 4.4 through 4.7 test. I even accept the one I made a 78 on. As long as you make it clear, something that I can find in 10 seconds or less, and I don't have to do the comparisons for you, then that will be fine. We do the same thing for calculus, and I can tell you only about half of them did that. So half of them won't get a grade replacement, I guess. So that's, they took part of their final early, so I guess they still have another chance. But that is only there to help you. The grade replacement cannot hurt you. If your final exam is lower than all of your other test grades, you still get the final exam grade, but I would not go back and replace one of your other test grades with a lower grade, only a higher grade. So there's nothing to lose by that. Unless you made 100 on everything, then there's nothing to be gained, I guess. So any questions about exemption checks, note card, calculator, or grade replacement stuff for us? Yes?
If we showed you our review guide, do you still want us to turn it in our classroom?
When did you show it to me?
Last class.
For exemption stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you already physically showed it to me in person because you want confirmation you're exempt, then I don't need it in Google Classroom. In fact, your grades should be in Gradebook on the review now anyway. So, other questions about any of that beginner stuff? Okay, so our final is not during normal class time. The time is slightly different, but it will be on Wednesday, so it's kind of like our next class. Usually someone makes up the semester exam schedule, and I never saw it in teacher announcements, so I'm guessing maybe it didn't come out clearly in student announcements either. Anyway, I went to the school website and clipped a picture of it for my advisory students. So if you would like a copy of the time and dates of all of your exams this week, feel free to take a picture of that quickly. So notice you don't go to advisory after first period on Wednesday like you normally do. You would come straight here. I also saw today in teacher announcement stuff that all of this advisory time, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will be in the cafeteria. So unless you have something that you need to study for during those times, you might want to discuss with your parents about getting checked out so that you don't have to sit around all afternoon. especially on Friday when you're done with all your tests. You don't want to have to be in the cafeteria from 10 to 3:30. So, okay. So what I need to do is I need to confirm a couple more exemptions for people who were not finished with their review last time or were not here last time. Otherwise, short of those couple minutes, I'm happy to help with anything from the fall semester exam review. But as you guys finish it, you should go ahead and turn it into Google Classroom to make sure you're going to get those points. But if you don't have your note card made, if you don't have the review made, if you're not finished with studying, you need to use this time productively and move that way. If you feel like you are ready, then I guess you could study for something else. Surely you've got at least one semester test coming up. So, okay, that's all I've got. So again, if you need me to confirm your exemption stuff, please come check with me. And as soon as they're done, feel free to bring up any questions you guys have. Yes, sir.
Am I able to exempt?
I thought you had ID fines.
I got those up there.
Yes, you're exempt. Okay, I guess that's it. So just let me know when and where I can help with the math stuff. Or if you have any questions about the final that I can answer, those are fine too.